Today is April 4th, 2025. Welcome to Deda. I said Vita now, didn't I? No, that was so silly of me. That was quite preposterous. My air conditioner is blaring in the background. To be quite frank, it is my professional opinion that it is too warm to turn it off for 20 minutes. The benefits would not outweigh the cons for me. And, and for you, the viewer, I don't think they would, I just don't think it would work out. I'm quite tired. This is the Minecraft opening weekend. I am absolutely unequivocally exhausted. It did not help. This is, of course, 100% on the part of me, but it did not help that I dressed up like Steve for the premiere of the Minecraft movie. And I will continue to dress up Steve as goes the entire opening weekend. This just means that kids will prompt me to say, the chicken jockey and like the flint and steel. They prompt me to say that, and because I'm in Steve garb, and they're little kids with little crooked teeth, and they're smiling, and their eyes are lit up because some guys dressed like Steve is handing them popcorn. I gotta say the voice, and I gotta say it, and I gotta say it in the Jack Black voice, and I just can't stop myself. Well, I mean, I just can't allow myself to stop because it'd break a little kid's heart. So, been doing that all day. Quite frankly, I'm tired of it, and I've only worked one day, but that's okay. That's what I signed up for when I asked my manager, "Can I please wear a sapphire blue Gildan shirt and blue jeans for the premiere of the Minecraft movie?" And they said yes. I asked for it. I literally asked for it. There's nothing I can do to negate the fact that I asked for that. I did see the Minecraft movie. I thought it was very good. I thought it was Sonic 3 levels of a good video game movie. If we're talking about the top 3 video game movies of all time, I still think it is probably going to be Sonic 3, then the Minecraft movie, and then the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I feel like those are all the really solid video game movie entries that we have as of right now. I don't really got a lot to say about. I mean, I have a lot to say about it, but I just don't really feel like it. Um, I have no concern with spoiling the movie for a good review. But closing my eyes and going through the effort of remembering things that happened in the movie and describing what happened in the movie, um, it's not something I'm really interested in right now. Would love to do a watch along of it. I would love to do a commentary of it. That's a very good movie to do one of. Granted, of course, you're watching with the right people. I know that the reviews for it seem very down the middle, but it really is, and I cannot stress this enough. It truly is just between the people who like Minecraft and the people who don't know what a creeper is. I feel like I feel like that's what we're dealing with most of these video game movies. If you want to get specific, it's the exact same thing with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The critics' scores were very low, half because it was just a okay movie that didn't really break a lot of boundaries, which it didn't really have to. Uh, to one be successful and two be enjoyable because it's got the Mario factor, and the other half of negative reviews are just from people who don't understand why we're not explaining why there are all these Koopas here. Why? Because obviously the answer is, well, it's just from the game, but I think something that we got to realize is that the critique of because obviously in a normal movie, right, you would want them to explain more things, or at the very least explain everything. That would be the goal, so you can get a real good idea for what the world is. But the problem is when you're making a video game movie, you're not making some of them are they're made for other people. Like the Sonic movies are very much made for an audience who doesn't know what a Sonic is, who doesn't know what an Eggman is, who doesn't know what a Tails the Fox is. It's made for people who don't know what any of that is. It's supposed to bring them. That's why the first one is so very vanilla and plain and small scaled, and that's why the second one leans a little bit more into the games, but gets closer and closer to like a real Sonic feeling movie, and that's why the third one is just straight up just like a Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation. Not one for one, but they don't hold your hand. They're like, okay, we all understand what a Sonic is now, right? It's been 6 years, so now we're just gonna go, and that's why it's the best one. The Super Mario Bros. Movie didn't wait for that because they knew that they were making this movie for Mario fans. But of course, Mario fans, their jobs aren't reviewing movies. So when the people whose jobs it is are reviewing movies, they walk out of a movie like The Brutalist and they go, that was very well thought out and very in depth and very nuanced. And then they walk into the Mario movie and it's a complete not only tonal shift, but a totally different audience that they're trying to appeal to. And obviously, not going to say that saying a movie is made for kids is necessarily a great excuse, because some people think that that implies that kids don't deserve good movies. But these are fine movies. But for kids, they're fucking like The Godfather. You understand me? Like, I think you gotta realize that grown-ups dictating what a good movie is for a kid. While we can discern between bad movies and good movies, and our kids can also discern between a bad movie and a good movie, that doesn't mean that grown-ups and kids look for the same thing in a good movie. You know, grown-ups have been around the block a few times. We're a little bit more jaded. We don't necessarily have all this time to care about characters or rewatch movies, and the ones that we do, we already know that we like. We're not trying exactly to explore. Kids go into movies with completely different mindsets, and we gotta stop pretending like we just know what they think will be good and bad. I'm saying this the mindset that somebody who went to go see the Minecraft movie, who gave it a negative review and knows what a Minecraft is pretending like this isn't a good movie to show to kids. This is probably literally, like, if you had to ask me what was a good kids movie as of right now, a Minecraft movie would probably be the first one. Like, unironically, it's such a scaringly good, frighteningly good, excuse me, frighteningly good movie, not just for kids but for Minecraft fans. What am I saying? I just got so off topic. I started talking about movies for kids. I thought it was a great movie. That's all I have to say. I'm done. I'm done talking about this goddamn thing. Popcorn buckets are cool. If you're near an AMC, get their $50 combo with the what is it called? With the little wolf plushie. It's actually a really good deal. I did the math. You're saving like $10 to $15, and you're getting a large popcorn and a large drink with it. So not too shabby of a deal, honestly. And if you can't get it, don't worry. You get the plushie on Amazon. The tins are pretty cool, but it's not like you're not gonna see anything like that on Etsy, like in like 3 weeks. Like that shit, I think is gonna get 3D printed up the wazoo. I think the only thing that's probably worth collecting is maybe the cups and the cup toppers. The cups for this movie are way bigger than most promotional cups for kids and family movies. Like most of them are the size of like 20-ounce kids ices, and these are the size of maybe like probably like a little bit bigger than a regular drink and a large drink, so maybe a little bit less, or around 44 ounces. So pretty good, pretty cool cup, and the cup toppers are pretty good. They're all pretty good quality. They got a lot of detail in them. So that gets a thumbs up from me. Now, we're drawing Margaret today, by the way. I don't know. There's just some, I don't know what it is. Some of these characters I feel are really easy to draw in pinups, because I like drawing pinups. I don't mind drawing a naked lady or two. Some of them just feel like I can't do it. Like this, I can't feel like I could do Margaret in a pinup. I mean, obviously I could. I would have to make a lot of liberties with the design, but I don't really like redesigning characters or foreshortening. Like, I kind of like doing the characters exactly how they are. Yesterday's didn't get any commentary because I didn't feel like talking, but also because I was just like, well, people will get it. And by people, I mean nobody. 2 people watched that video, including me twice. But I don't really like the one that we did yesterday. I don't even know what her name is, but that design's so fucking... I can't say god-awful, right? Because it's a good design. It's a good, iconic-looking design that isn't visually too noisy. But to draw... Her name is Princess Kaida or Kida from Atlantis. But to draw her is such a fucking pain in the ass. She's such a shitty thing to draw. She's got like fuzz on one arm and like a shield on the other, or not a shield, but like a little plate thing. She's got like this weird thing going on with her gown. Eye makeup under one eye but not the other, and like an earring sticking out of parted hair. She's got so many individual bangs to keep track of. This complicated ass necklace, and like one thing on her shoulder. It's just so like much visually. I'm like, I would never like this is why I could never work under a character designer that isn't me, because Jesus fucking Christ, drawing that sounds fucking awful. And keeping up with the continuity of that would just be damn near impossible, I feel. Drawing it once ain't so bad, but drawing it once in a challenge where you're trying to draw for every 30 days while commentating and uploading a video every 30 days, it's not exactly I don't know, I wouldn't call that what am I trying to say here? I just don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna be straight up. But I'm not gonna ham them all in like that. I feel like that would be kind of defeating the purpose. But yesterday, I truly did not want to upload something like that, or even draw yesterday, because I'm not a guy who really likes I draw a lot. I'm not even really sure if I like to draw. Like, I like drawing. Let me rephrase that. I like drawing, but when it comes to like relaxing activities, drawing is not on the top of there. I view drawing as a very grindy activity, and by grindy I mean like I want to say take it seriously, but I come at it with some professionalism. And when I have some extra energy to go around, it goes towards drawing and taking it seriously. I don't necessarily really draw for fun. I draw in social settings. When other people are drawing, they're making funny drawings, I'll join along with them. But I never sit down and go like, I'm gonna draw. I'm not that kind of guy. I sit down and I go, Street Fighter 6, I'm putting down this mic. I'm so sorry that this quality, not this audio quality, but where my voice is coming from is probably so hard to track right now. Now I'm in your left ear, your right ear. Hopefully now I'm in both. God, I got a new watch strap. It is a fucking watch strap. It's yellow. It's my Casio F-91W. A lot of autists like this watch. I got it because it was $12. I see a lot of people wear it. I think it's a damn fine watch because it does what I want a watch to do, which is tell the time and tell me the day of the week. So sitting pretty with it. I quite like this watch a lot. Sitting very pretty with it. Not a lot to dislike about it. Also, not a lot to talk about it. I'm a bit stuffy right now. Excuse me. Hold on, I just gotta DM. Somebody's texting me. They're almost done at the gym. Well, this is lining up perfectly because I'm almost done with this recording. They want to play Zomboid with me. I've been quite liking Zomboid. Speaking of Zomboid, I have finally made the decision to purchase a Steam Deck. I have been looking at it from a lot of different ways. I've gone through motions of exactly how I wanted to approach it. It started off with because I have a laptop, right? But it's a laptop that has so many things plugged up into it that taking it around isn't necessarily like a viable option. Not to mention that even if I did want to lug around this laptop, the 7-pound charger that comes with it isn't an appealing aspect to me. So a Steam Deck is appealing because it has a little bit less, but that being said, very similar power to my laptop. Can handle a lot of the same games at lower settings, but I'm not somebody who nitpicks, pressure, nitpicks textures popping in and out, or like kind of like a kind of lighting. If a game is fun, a game is fun. It's the same mentality I have with movies. DVD, Blu-ray doesn't really matter because after 20 minutes, as long as it's a good movie, you don't really give a shit about how it looks. You're kind of locked in. That's how I feel about games. Water break. Oh, what's going on with my nose today? So I was looking at Steam Decks, and I started off with the idea of having a much, much, much more portable PC, one that's powered off of Linux, that has been set up by a company that I trust and not myself, so that nothing could like, if something messes up, it's not my fault, and if it does, then there's a dedicated community filled with people who have the exact same, no deviations, the exact same hardware that I have, which makes it, excuse me, which makes it easier to troubleshoot, at least in my head. That's what was really appealing to me. So I started looking at options. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the OLED, the base OLED, and that's like $500. And I was playing around with all these prices and different configurations. There's not that many because really, when you buy a Steam Deck, it's either LCD or OLED screen. Which, if you don't know what either of those are, then you don't even worry about it. Just get the cheapest one. Because to be honest with you, uh, my computer setup filled with LCD screens. My phone has an OLED screen. I'm not gonna say I can't tell a difference because I can, but when I'm using both, I'm not thinking about it at all. Like, oh, the blacks are blacker. Yeah, by like 10%. Like like you're not even gonna notice when you have lamps on and you're just trying to get something done. You're not going like, damn, thank God I have an OLED screen. LCD looks like shit. It really doesn't. They look about the same, to me at least. I mean, ammo OLED stuff is kind of cool. Like where you're like if you have like a clock on your phone and like just like the letters are lit up, but the rest of your screen isn't. That looks cool. I'm not doing that with the Steam Deck though. I just want to play. I said dough. What the fuck is wrong with me? I meant to say though. I'm not really doing that with the Steam Deck though. I probably would only maybe like some Street Fighter for like an hour and a half on it, and then Zomboid for another hour, and then I'd probably put it down. And then when I would take it home, I would probably just tinker with it. Like I can't imagine doing much outside of that, you know. Um, that being said, I was going to spend a good bit of money on it and get the OLED because I hear it has better battery life and things like that, and the base OLED is 500 gigabytes. So it's like, well, perfect. That's enough for all my games, and then like maybe my music collection because I'd like to put music on this thing, and just have like a personal like little media library to like lug around. And then I started thinking, prioritizing finances, like, well, it's just not going to happen. And then I remember the refurbished section that's almost never in stock of anything. And I saw one morning when I was checking it, I was like, the only one that they have in stock is the LCD 64 gigabyte. It's the cheapest Steam Deck. It's not too bad because all the specs are the same. The only thing that you could change is the screen and the storage. And this one has not a bad screen, but the lesser screen and the worst storage. And worse being in quotation marks because, I mean, 64 gigabytes, it's not terrible storage. I mean, it is when you're running video games and an OS. You can't fit anything else on there. But I have storage like fucking everywhere around this house, just like SD cards lying around and stuff like that. I'm not really worried about it. And I'm sitting there like saving to wait up for a $500 console that I'm not saying is going to be obsolete soon, but could be obsolete very soon. That's what am I saying? Not saying an obsolete $500 for a console that's not obsolete, but could be obsolete in the very near future because of how fast hardware is progressing. And Valve's promise to consumers was that it wasn't going to. What am I trying to say here? The promise was that it's not. They're not going to do yearly updates or hardware refreshes. That just wasn't their goal. They did one once, and that was just because the Steam Deck was doing well. So they decided to offer an OLED version that changed virtually nothing except for the screen. It just happened to domino effect and add a lot to the battery life, which is cool. So Steam Deck One, it's not like it doesn't have that much life left. It probably has like another year or two left. But it's from the leaks that are coming out, it sounds like Valve is probably working. They're already working on an under the TV cabinet kind of console. And a third party controller and a new headset. So it sounds like another Steam Deck would probably be on the rise. If not another Steam Deck, at least a smaller Steam Deck, because I hear a lot of complaints about this one being decently not big, but just like it's not pocketable. It's you got to bring its own bag for it. It's got its own case. It's a decently big size device. It's not exactly the easiest thing to carry around. So spending $500 on a brand new Steam Deck doesn't really make that much sense either. But I don't want to wait another year. So compromise, just get the cheapest one refurbished. It's like $200.
And now it's just a tinkering machine, which is all it really was going to be in the first place. A tinkering machine that can play Street Fighter 6 a little bit, Zomboid a little bit, and then all my GameCube games, because I can't tell you how much I want portable Double Dash. Portable, Double Dash on on the go.